what do you guys consider cheating? And do you think what do you straight up consider cheating? I feel like penis vagina with somebody outside of who you're supposed to be, your significant other. To me, yes, that's cheating. But I'm also like, if I know how to entertain, like if I understand women, speak women, and such, and like if I know how to talk my way into it without actually doing something, that's not cheating.
Kind of like I do at work.
Yeah.
Not meaning to. It just kind of comes off as like a flirtatious kind of.
Flirting is not cheating.
I don't know. Making somebody feel good about themselves, especially even if they're just a woman, then it's different.
Yeah, that's not cheating.
What do you consider cheating then?
Sex is cheating. Any type of sex. I mean,
whatever.
Whatever.
You're eating it, whatever.
That's cheating.
That's cheating.
Kissing is cheating to an extent.
Whoa, elaborate.
Because I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to go kiss another woman, that is cheating.
Yeah.
If my wife kissed another man, that is cheating.
What if it's, hey, sweetie, how you doing? Kiss one.
Well,
no, that's fine. No, if you're full on kissing, tongue, that's cheating. We're fighting.
Y'all whipping your ass.
We're gonna fight.
So if the woman just comes at you out of nowhere and she kisses you, is that considered cheating, even though it wasn't your fault?
That's when you be like, whoa. That's when you gotta back up and be like, hey.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure you do that.
Yeah. You can't just follow through with it.
Yeah.
If you follow through with it, then that's cheating. If a woman kisses you or a man kisses a woman, and you're like, wait a minute, no, I don't. That's not me. I'm with somebody. That's okay.
Okay.
I mean, because you didn't want that to happen, and you weren't looking for that to happen.
Okay, but what if not to a woman, like any type of attention that you give another woman, to them that's like, but to me I'm like, what if you just have the gift of gab, and you can literally talk your way, if you wanted to, you could talk your way to them, but you just go, nah. Like for example, she'll probably see this like 2 months or 3 months from now, but I'm cool with entertaining the conversation. Like, for example, there are some girls that will reach out, like some from my old roster, that will reach out to me.
That happens from time to time.
And I will entertain the conversation. I won't do nothing. I'll just be like, let me see what their mindset is. Let me see if they actually changed. And I'll entertain the conversation. Then the moment where it's like, nah, you're still the same old, I just cut it.
Yeah.
But if my girl saw it, she would be like, why are you talking to them about this or that? I'm just talking just to talk. Like, because I know what to say and I know how to phrase it to where it's like, no, I'm not.
Talking is not cheating.
Depends on how it's carried from your own lady.
Yeah, but see, this is the way I see it. Talking is not cheating. If you follow through with the talk, that is cheating.
Yeah, okay.
If you're just sitting there and because I think we spoke on this before, sometimes it just feels good to know that
I still look like
you still could if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person. I could not do that.
You just don't see it. It happens all the time to you. It just
I don't.
You don't see it.
And my wife says the same thing.
Yeah.
We've been out and she's like, that bitch. I was like, what are you talking about?
I see it all the time, man.
And she was like, you didn't see that? I was like, what?
You just don't pay it no mind.
Yeah. Like what are you talking about?
Like I did an event, and like I said, I was just doing my thing, and it's funny because my girl, glasses with dreads. So I was doing an event, and this girl just like walked up to me and just started having a conversation. She had glasses and dreads, but my girl was also at the event that I was at, and she's watching this girl just like laughing and giddy, and I'm just I'm talking. I'm just like the girl was actually curious about like what I'm doing, and I was talking, like we were talking, and then next thing you know, she laughed, and then I walked away, and the girl follows. as soon as I go to my phone, I see you talking to her. Who is she? What are you doing? Why are you still talking to her? Why did she turn back? Do you know her? I'm leaving. Bye. And it was just like,
I can see her point. I can see her point.
Yeah, that's what she assumed.
Yes.
you know what they say about assuming.
Yes, that's true. But I can see her point. However, she has to, in a relationship, you both have to be comfortable and confident in one another to know that you two are together and not with anybody else, and that nothing would happen, even if the talking, or as long as there's no physical contact or anything like that. Here's, and it took me a while to not that to realize that, because I knew that, but when stuff like this comes around, it changes things. Because I remember being out. This is 20 years ago, probably close to it. I remember being out with my wife. We weren't married at the time, but we were out at a bar, and there was it was a benefit show, and there was band playing, and I knew the band, one of the guys in the band. So we were just out there hanging out, and I went up to the bar to get a drink, and I just feel somebody just touching me. I was like, what is that? And then I went to my wife and was like, I know I'm drunk, and I know you don't feel like dancing, but is it alright if I go ask this girl to dance? And she looked at me like she was getting ready to kill me, and I knew that was
a bad idea.
And that's when I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. That's why I will not follow through.
But that liquid courage does do something. Now to you, what do you consider cheating?
Picking the girl up, and basically, if you pick the girl up, you go back to that bitch house. That's automatically cheating because you wanted it all day long. And again, with how you said that you like to go ahead and entertain. Sometimes I will, especially if I know that they want me. I will entertain the crap out of it. But when I was growing up, we used to call that bluffing all day.
Yeah.
He ain't about to do nothing. He just that's what we did. We just wanted to see again, like you said, that we still got it.
Yeah, because it's like my roster, my old roster still finds ways to get to touch with me, and I'm like, I at least got to the effort that they made. If you can spell my name, and then it'd be like, and you don't get, and you actually spell my name, and you're like, well, you actually had to Google search my name just to find. Like, okay, what's up? How you doing, sweetie? What's up?
Let's say, what's going on?
Now, how y'all feel about having let's say the conversation, let's say you hit it off, conversation's good. Now you don't want to do that with a person, but what if information's exchanged? Is that cheating? No. To me, because
it really depends on how the information is being exchanged.
It's funny because I'll be like, it's like I'm so smooth with it. I don't even go for the number. I go for, what's your email address?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, if you're doing that, then the thought has crossed your mind. So you would, yes, that would be considered.
But it's just a thought, though.
Yes, but women and some men don't see it that way. They see that, oh, why do you have this number? Why do you have this? Why are you following this woman on Facebook or whatever?
Okay, but what if your partner is slacking in areas and don't want to improve? Then what do you do? Do you just bite the bullet and deal with it, or do you just like?
Well, that's when you have that conversation with your partner.
Yeah, because
but what if they don't? Then that's me.
At the end of the day, it's still gonna bite you in your ass.
Yeah, it's gonna come back.
No matter how you look at it, it's still gonna bite you in the ass.
Because to me, I feel like I'm not going through it, but I feel like if my girl starts slacking in certain areas, then it's like,
all right, you gotta tell her about that.
It's like, all right, we had this conversation. You're not gonna change, so you don't want to do it. I want to find somebody.
Well,
I've said that 100
before. Just break up with them, and then fine. But if you just be like, all right, fuck it, she's not gonna, screw it, she's not gonna go ahead and do this like I asked, at least change a little bit. And you say, I'm just gonna go ahead and just go out here and do it anyway. Yeah, no. It's not worth it.
Now, who's
Even
worse?
if you get away with it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, but who's worse, women or men, when it comes to cheating? Because I feel like with men, it's
Women.
we don't really want like we want one woman at least once. We want a lot. No, let me phrase that. We want a lot of women once.
Yeah, we just want to hit it one time and just.
Women, they're like we want one man a lot.
Women take it too far.
But see,
Some women take it too far.
I don't know, but from just seeing things in the past 10 years, 5 years, I think it's different now. I think now these old chicken heads just want to. They don't care.
Because they're trying to be like men now.
They want their numbers to grow. They're trying to get way up there in their numbers. They, because back in when I was growing up, if a woman had been with more than a handful of guys,
she was considered a whore.
She was a whore. Not now.
If you have more than one guy in your group talking about the same girl.
Oh yeah, now you do yeah. They're out here. No,
they out here. They just doing it. They doing it all. Niggas just like, yeah, I just had that nigga. I just had him last night. And y'all just kind of, no one cares anymore.
No, they don't care. They'll just be like, because it's funny. I actually
you're
found
still considered a whore, but
I know girls who like they found out they were sleeping with the same guy, and then they just start talking. It sparked their friendship out of it. And I'm like, back in the day, either they be scrapping or they go to that guy.
They found out you was fucking the same person. Oh, we got a brawl in our hands.
Yeah, no.
But overall, what you said, so overall, entertaining, you don't consider, do you consider cheating? Like, just entertaining conversation.
Yeah, no. Just as long as you don't follow through with anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you were to get a number or something like that, that would be considered cheating. I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, because you're expecting that something to happen, or just in case. Yeah, I couldn't.
So what's wrong with just in case though? Like, cause let's say.
Because if you're with your
significant other,
if you're with your partner, your woman, your man, you're supposed to be with that person.
What if y'all are just
dating?
Even if you're having trouble or not.
What if y'all just dating though? Like, is it wrong to just have a roster just in case? Like, for example, you can lose, like, let's say you run a company, and you got somebody that's great in that position. So once they quit, you just don't say, well, we're going to close that position. No, you go to HR, and you be like, all right, let's put the application up.
If that's the way, if that's the way your relationship was based on when you started, and be like, oh, this is the way it's going to be, then that's fine. If you didn't put any if you, didn't put those boundaries in, and you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to be with this person, or we're going to be together, then that's the way it should be. You shouldn't be entertaining anybody else. Again, if they come up and want to talk to you, it's always good to feel good.
Yeah.
It's good. You can read the menu, just don't order.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.